Hey Samford fans, welcome into this week's edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up presented by Alabama Power. I'm John McAfee, joined by cross-country coach this afternoon, Chad Balyo. Chad, always appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
Well, your season got underway 2 weeks ago running at North Alabama. Pretty good results, especially on the women's side, coming in 5th. Just give us a little bit of a recap of that season opening meet.
Yeah, it was fun to get out there. I thought the women ran exceptionally well early in the season. We had a really good, top 4. Missing a little bit, a 5th, Harper McGowan. She was just kind of getting back in the swing of things. But overall, on the women's side, I thought Mackenzie Hogue ran incredibly tough. Mary Kellison Thorne, a good surprise, ran well. And then incoming freshman, Sinkanish Parker, who did a really good job in her opener, as well as an Allison Nelson, who had a really good summer. So you could see it coming on the women's side for sure, but always fun to get out there and beat up on a couple Power 5 schools and helped us get into the rankings. The men's side overall wasn't a bad day. Need to work a little bit on the depth, but we've got Ben Myers coming back this weekend, so I'm optimistic that the best races are in front of us on the men's side.
You mentioned getting into the regional rankings. The women ranked 12th in the South region. 7 of the 11 teams ahead of them are all Power 5 teams. Really a pretty incredible accomplishment this early in the season to be ranked 12th in the region.
Yeah, we're excited about it. So one thing that I'm really talking a little bit more about, want a culture a little bit more around is really performing at the NCAA regional championships. That's something that I feel like we need to do a better job of, and we have the talent right now on the women's side to do something special. So that's one thing that we've been talking about as a program, is how high we can finish, and I really hope this is just the beginning. I hope that we are a top 10 team on November 12th in Huntsville for the NCAA regional championships. Don't want to overlook the conference meet, but really want championship season to be a full couple of weeks and really hit at the NCAA regional championships.
And the NCAA South Regional will be run on the same course that you ran 2 weeks ago at North Alabama. How much of a benefit is it to have already seen the course?
Yeah, a big reason why we went up to Huntsville to run it. I think it's huge. It's really nice to be able to get familiar with the area, the hotel, and then on top of that, see the course, tangents, turns, get a good idea of where to make a move, run hard, so we can have a real concrete game plan come NCAAs.
I know some of the names we talk about every year are Mackenzie Hogue, Jeb Jones, Ben Garner. Give us a couple other names on both the men's and women's side to kind of look out for, either freshmen or just some upperclassmen maybe taking a bigger step this year.
Sure. So I think on the guys' side, I'll say Jackson Merrill is one. He's a sophomore now, coming from Homewood High School. He's a tough kid. Reminds me of a younger Dylan Dean back in the day, and he's healthy. He's excited, and he ran really well. Broke 26 minutes for the first time in Huntsville. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do over the course of the next 6 weeks. And on the women's side, incoming freshman Sinkanish Parker from Florida, just an awesome kid, comes from a really great family and had a really great opener. I think she was, set a PB, ran right around 17:30 for a 5K, and was pretty close to Mackenzie. So she is, I think, got an incredibly bright future for our program, and looking forward to seeing her compete here in the next couple of weeks.
Back in action this weekend. It's your second meet of the season in Fairburn, Georgia. Just give us a little preview of that meet and some of the competition you'll see.
Yeah, so we're going up to Fairburn. The Asics Alexander invite should be a competitive field. We are looking forward to it. I think Georgia Tech is going to be there. Both teams ranked in the region as well. So just looking for another really hard effort, and looking forward to championship season and possibly what that second week of October could be. Debating taking the team to pre-nats or the UAB invite, so we'll kind of see how that goes and make that decision after the race.
When you look around the SoCon, I mean, what do you see from some of the other schools? We know Furman, we talk about Furman every year in the distance department. What are some of the other schools maybe in that top tier?
Yeah, I think on the men's side, VMI is tough, and UNCG is also regionally ranked in the Southeast region, so those two schools are two that we're talking about. VMI always has a solid men's team. And then on the women's side, I think ETSU is a school that we need to pay attention to. So the goal is always going to be top 2 at the conference meet, getting a little bit closer to Furman every year. And also, I mean, it's a cross-country race. You never know what can happen. So having the dreams of being there, 2 miles into it on the women's side would be something I know that would be a really good step in the direction for our program.
In your mind, how do you continue to try to close the gap between Furman and the rest of the SoCon?
Yeah, I think it starts with recruiting. I mean, we've got to get really good recruits on both sides to be competitive, not only in cross country, but to score indoors and outdoors in the track in our conference. You need really, really good talent because Furman is really, really good. So at the end of the day, I think it just makes us all better. We've got to work harder. We've got to train smarter, and development is so important at this level. You can get a recruit, but you've got to be able to develop at this level to be able to execute and compete with a program that, at the end of the day, has been top 10 several times in the country. I would argue maybe the best Southern Conference program of all programs in the Southern Conference. And at the end of the day, it's fun, it's challenging, and I really enjoy it.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
It's cross-country coach Chad Balyo. I'm John McAfoose. That'll do it for this edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up, presented by Alabama Power.